Welcome to another episode of Today I Got Time. It's your girl V and Mo. Thank you guys for tuning in to another fun-filled episode. How you feeling over there, Mo?
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
I know that's right. I'm feeling very optimistic, hopeful, and fruitful as we move on in today's topic. We thought we were done with the 9 to 5. But yet, here we are.
Here we are, about to be clocked
Mo and
in.
I are here to tell you we are now unemployed. And I don't mean the unemployed aspect of it. I mean, we are about to be full-time workers. Again.
They never gave that we didn't want to work. We just thought we were done with the 9 to 5s, and we were just living
Absolutely.
our best little lives and just having our way with this
Right.
world.
Until reality hit us.
Bam.
Right? And the aspect of I want to be mindful in what I'm saying. I want to be truthful, but I also want there to be some substance in what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
We went back into the workforce because Mo and I have a lifestyle that we want to obtain for our family,
Mm-hmm.
right? We do not want to continue, not that we were, but we don't want to live a lifestyle that we are living paycheck to paycheck, right?
Right.
We
Mm-hmm.
don't want to minimize things. We don't want to do or not do and not do without things because of the inflation, right? Because as any other fucking American in the world, the inflation is playing a big impact in American homes.
Right.
Hamburger meats, and anybody can attest to this. Hamburger meats that used to be like $8 are now like $15,
Mm-hmm.
right?
In certain areas,
Everything
absolutely.
is going up. Everything is going up from the meats to the to everything, right? Never mind if you're eating organically,
Right.
right? So the reality is
Right. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So, right, in today's episode, we're just talking about having to do what you got to do. Period.
absolutely,
Point blank. Like, don't ever be too good. Okay? Don't ever be
absolutely,
too good. Like V said, if you have a lifestyle that you want to maintain, or you have a future that you see for yourself, and if you have children, and right now those ends ain't meeting, and you don't even see it happening, you got to make some different decisions. You might got to go get a second job. You might got to go
absolutely,
get a full-time job if you're working part-time. You might have to sacrifice some time with your family and trips on the beach in the thong. Okay, you might got to sacrifice that. It's okay. The beach ain't going
absolutely,
nowhere. I promise you. You're gonna be able to get to the beach
absolutely,
again. The beach gonna be right there.
right, right,
So I definitely think it's a reality check. Like, we have to,
absolutely.
once you have that reality check, you need to, like, let's start creating a plan. So why do you think people leave the workforce to begin with?
I'm here to say I left the workforce because I wanted more time with my family. And I felt like with the job that I had, they were not respectful to the fact that I have a family. I have a fucking family, right? Like that's a priority to me. Though I am busting my butt for my family, I do believe that there's 7 days a week. There's no reason why I'm working all 7 days a week from sun up to sundown, and even in the little minute time that I can go home and wash my ass, you guys are still calling me to come into work. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Mm-hmm.
was the type of workforce I was in. That's not everybody's story, but I do believe that now people are more family oriented in the aspect that they want to be home with their family.
Right.
And it's either, that saying where they say you're replaceable in the job, but you can't replace your time with your family. I firmly believe that because
Right. No,
children
I
are growing
agree.
up,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to make those memories. Again,
Yeah.
you're doing it for a purpose.
Right. Right. Absolutely. I believe people are leaving the workforce more. Well, let me say this. in
Mhm.
today, right, in
Mhm.
2026, people
Mhm.
are going
Mhm.
back into the workforce. They're going back
Mhm.
because in
Mhm.
2023 and 2022, people were like fresh out of COVID, and had enjoyed the time being away from the workforce and being able to get
Mhm.
them checks and cash them checks and still provide for their
Mhm.
family, even if it was, bare minimum for them. But they were taking the bare minimum and saying, you know what, hey, I am surviving off of this
Mhm.
$600, unemployment check or $1,200 unemployment check a month. We're surviving. We're doing well, and I don't have to worry about the
Mhm.
hustle and bustle with the, getting the kids to the daycare and having to pay for daycare and having to, be in traffic and listening to a supervisor who may or may not know their job as well, and all of those things. So I think, 2022, 2023, a little bit of 2024, people were
Mhm.
drastically leaving the workforce because
Mhm.
again, social media was popping up. People realized during COVID, you can make some money off of social media. Well, let
Right.
me get on
Right.
TikTok real quick and
Right.
hit one of these hoes
Right.
and get my views up,
Right.
and I can sit in the house and do
Right.
this in my pajamas and people will watch
Right.
this shit and I ain't gotta. So
Right.
I think people started realizing then that there's other options, right? There's
Right.
other options. Although there has always been other options, but now in our society and how social media works now, it's put in your face. It's so many different ways that you can make money in not a traditional 9 to 5. People were
Mhm.
taking that route. So I believe like that was like the main reason why people were leaving the workforce. Now, obviously, some people were like, you know, and I'm not saying that this wasn't true. Okay, take with this as you will. But the mental
Mhm.
health thing, like, oh, it's not mentally helping me, and stimulating me, and I'm stressed, I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, and it's like,
Mhm.
okay, I can understand it. I can understand leaving your job, your corporate job, your minimum wage job, whatever you were doing, whatever your 9 to 5
Mhm.
was. I can understand leaving for the betterment of yourself and like getting yourself together. But again, there's always ways
Mhm.
around. There's always
Mhm.
more than one way to skin a cat. So just to drop the ball and be
Right.
like, what, fuck this, I'm unemployed, it kills me. It kills me now today when I see people on social media and they're like, I just quit, I just got fired from my job. So run these numbers up and da 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 da. Or I just quit my job to be a full-time content creator and you got 200 views. And it's like, you might want to take your ass back over there to the job because you might want to
Ah.
take your ass back over there to the job. I can't think of that comedian's name right now. He blew up pretty fast. He's not pretty fast, but he's a black comedian. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, he just did a segment with the football player nigga. He did a segment with him, not Cam Newton, but
Cam
the
Newton.
other. No, not Cam Newton. The other guy, the older guy, the older guy,
Shay.
Shay. Damn. He did a segment with Shay, and in the segment, obviously, like one of
Haha
the
Davis.
yeah, Ha Davis, that's his name. Shout out. Okay, we'll just get you right. We're gonna get you right now. But he went viral for something else first, but I'm not even gonna touch on that because whatever. That's on our trending topics we need to be touching on that shit. But in
Hey.
in another part of the interview, he was basically saying he didn't really start seeing real money, like real, like hard money, until he reached 6 million views. 6 million. 6 million. That takes a long. I don't know if it said views or followers, but whichever the two, that's a lot. That's like, and he's been like actively doing this shit. So for him to say that he just
Yeah,
now
he
starting to see
is.
some money, it's like y'all, you know, you can't you can blow up overnight for sure, but you definitely need to lock in and see, which one
Right,
makes
because y'all
sense.
not gonna be no Drewski overnight. So please stop it.
But even
Stop
with
it.
Drew,
Unless you're doing some wild crazy stuff.
But even with Drewski didn't blow up overnight. Drewski gradually
Exactly.
like came out and was doing his thing. We just saw him
Exactly.
blow up. You know what I'm saying? But he was already still participating and practicing like how he was going to do this shit. And all in
Mhm.
one. And you hear a lot of comedians and a lot of social media stars, influencers talk about, the in-between stage or the beginning stage, right? How they were still struggling. You know, that one guy, the other black guy that's from Atlanta, he always do the skits. And him and his ex had got into it. Basically, she was saying she held him down when he was starting off doing his skits. And when he blew up, he kind of just like pushed her to the wayside. And when he did his interview, he was basically saying, like, yeah, you know, you did hold me down. Like, you were there for me. I was using your car. You was letting me sleep on live with you. And you was paying all the bills and you was going to work, working your 9 to 5 while I pursued my career in content. So you still, again, he wasn't paying no bills. He ain't have a dime to give no goddamn body. He was using his girlfriend's car. Like, that shit is slum work to me. Like, no. You got to go take your ass down there and work.
Friend, will get you getting off track.
Right. But again, nevertheless, nevertheless, you have to take the time and do that. So the freedom and the flexibility of it all is great. Outside of the 9 to 5, it's amazing. The freedom and the flexibility. You don't see the finances in that motherfucker though. You don't see the finances and the freedom and the flexibility. Yes, you can wake up whenever you want to wake up. Yes, you can go catch a flight, or you can go drive your car down there to the beach and sit on the beach all day with your feet kicked up. Absolutely. The finance, where's the money?
Right.
I definitely think, you know, a 9 to 5. Oh, go ahead, friend.
I was gonna say, the freedom and flexibility in that aspect in my mind would be work from home jobs. The freedom and flexibility of rolling over, sitting up. We see them on TikTok all the time, the people working from home, again, with the content creating, but nevertheless, they're working from home, they're chit-chatting, they're, you know, in their PJs, whatever. If you're looking for that aspect, definitely go that route. You feel me? But it's not for everybody. So please,
Right, it's not for
just
everybody.
don't take this little piece and think that that's the avenue for you. Okay,
Right.
just
Time and dedication. You have to actually dedicate yourself to this, and you have to actually be resilient to no's. You have to dedicate yourself to it. Like, what, like, it's not just gonna come. So, you know, why 9 to 5 should never be beneath you. Okay? Why? It should never be beneath you to go get a 9 to 5. I think that's why a lot of people
I think nothing should ever be beneath anybody, because that means that to me that's like an air of arrogance, like you're a know-it-all and nobody knows it all, nobody has it all, nobody funds it all, nobody, you know what I'm saying, unless you came from money. I'm not talking to those, I'm talking to the regular people that got to work 9 to 5.
right.
Okay, so it should never be beneath you to want to go get a bag. Okay, it should never be beneath you to have to clock in and clock out because, you know, your side hustle isn't taking off, or, you know, whatever. You need that extra cash, you need that extra wiggle room. A 9 to 5 should never be
Beneath
not a
you.
thought process for
Yes. And
anybody.
I don't care
Need
where
that
the
money.
9 to 5 is at. I don't care where the 9 to
Absolutely
5 is
not.
at. I don't care where I don't give a fuck if the 9 to 5 is you cleaning up the parking lot at a gas station. If you working 9 to 5, clean up that gas station should be the best gas station in town. It shouldn't be
Because that's
you should take
exactly.
pride in it because you're getting paid for it. This is some like you said, some residual income or some main income, especially if you ain't got no income.
Right. Because there should
Especially
never
if
be
you
no
ain't got no
shame.
income.
There should never be no shame in taking care of your responsibilities.
Whether that's
If you
yourself
care
or
enough,
your
right?
family. But even if that's
If you
yourself or
care
your
enough.
family,
Right.
let's just say that if you don't have a family, right? Because a lot of people right now in their early 20s and shit, I don't even want to put an age on it because it's a lot of people. But a lot of people
Right.
now don't even, like, they really don't want to go back to work. They look at a 9 to 5 like, ew, oh my God, I gotta go clock in, I gotta be somewhere at a certain time, I gotta dress a certain way, I gotta speak a certain way, I have to actually be on my P's and Q's, actually have to do this. Actually, yes, you do. You're getting paid for it. You're getting this is not free work. It's not free labor. We're not slaves. Shout out Juneteenth. We're past that. We're not in 1863, okay? 2026. You're going to get paid for the work that you're doing, and if you don't feel like the pay matches the work, then you got to go find you a job that matches the work and the pay. You got to go find you a job that matches the work and the pay, whatever that job may be. Whatever that job may be. Hey, I've been working at McDonald's for the last 8 years and I haven't gotten a raise. You might want to go find you somewhere else because you can use those same skills somewhere else and go make $2, $3 more an hour.
So when is a job a tool and not your identity?
A job is a tool and not your identity. Okay, it's because you have to look at it as such.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
we had this conversation offline, and I'm gonna touch back on it again while we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
it. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that a job can be your identity, i.e.,
Mm-hmm.
if you're an interior decorator, if you're a fashion designer, if you're a hairstylist, if you're a makeup artist, like those skill sets and those like job rims or whatever, like those
Mm-hmm.
areas, those I think are identities because
Mm-hmm.
I need to know like if you're gonna be touching my lace, like you know what you're doing, like you love this shit, you eat, breathe, sleep lace.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need to know. I need to know that. I don't give a fuck about that if you a finance manager because that shouldn't be your identity. Yes, you're good with numbers. Absolutely. That ain't gonna do shit for you outside that job. I mean, obviously it will, right? Financially in your own personal life, but it don't do that for the community. You're gonna do everybody's taxes in the neighborhood. You're gonna be everybody's financial advisor in your family. No, you're not. You're gonna go and you're gonna spend that good money that you're making, and you're gonna go do what you identify with, whatever that
Mm-hmm.
may be. That's why like it kills me like when people have lives outside of work and everybody's
Mm-hmm.
just so surprised. I remember when I was in the military. Shout out to all my haters. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to every last one of y'all. I really call you out, but I ain't gonna do you like that and give you no free time. But
Hey, because you know
I
the
remember
listeners will get at you.
I gotta give a fuck about none of that. Could care less. Come see me. Find me. It
No,
ain't
I'm
hard.
talking about our listeners will get at them, friend.
Oh
That's what I'm
well.
talking about.
I don't think they give a fuck enough either. They fuck around. They getting at our asses.
No, friend, I'm
We
talking
fight
about
for
them
our
listeners.
lives. You thought they gonna get it. We gonna be fighting their ass. But nevertheless, I remember when I was in the military and they had this nickname for me, Houdini, right? Because they used to say that I looked one way in uniform, and then on the weekends or after work, I turned into a whole nother person. And I'm young, so I'm like, I'm not really getting offended by it because I'm just like, I have a life outside of this shit.
Right,
I have a
right,
life
right.
literally outside of this. So like when the uniform comes off, then I am going to absolutely be the person that I am. I'm going to be the person that I actually am outside this uniform.
In the time that we were in the military, if nobody ever told you anything else, it was always at the discretion
Mhm.
of the command. Okay? So if the command wanted you to look like the shaved bald head man look standing to your left or your right, there you better be in fucking uniform looking like the bald headed man.
Yeah.
Your ponytail better be slicked the fuck back, slim dick down
Okay.
every
Bun
which
better
way.
be your shit better be a facelift by the time they get done with your ass. But definitely, so yeah, so a job is a tool. You know, I can't. You know, just both of us can use our service time, right? We sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
those years to be able to not have to work a 9 to 5 and be comfortable for umpteen years afterwards.
Right, right, right,
Now,
right.
you know, seasons change, things change, economy changes. So, you know, what that's why we're going back up in here. Hey, what's up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yo
Getting
ass.
back into the workforce. Right, right,
It never
right,
gave. I'm
right,
gonna sit around and be broke. But
right.
it wasn't our identity. It wasn't our identity.
Absolutely.
So I think for a lot of listeners and you know people in the world and especially in the United States, don't look at a job as your identity. If you got to go
Right.
flip them fries, if you got to go flip them fries from 9 to 5, get your ass up, go flip them fries. Go flip them
Right.
fries. And it takes some
And
pride in it, yeah.
as soon as 501 hits, don't be the fry fucking cook.
Don't be the fry
Don't be the
cook. You're not
fry
the
cook.
fry cook.
You're
You're
not
not
eating
the fry
anymore.
cook. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So when you are getting back into the workforce and you go through interviews, do you ever feel like you're having imposter syndrome?
Not really. I don't feel like I have imposter syndrome when I'm going like I obviously like currently, right? Like currently we are job searching and we're trying to get back out here, but going into these interviews, I'm not having imposter syndrome. I'm more having anxiety about damn, it's been a long time since I've been in this field
Mm,
having to actually be supervised and having to actually do, and I'm going into a
mm,
whole new field that I never even tapped into before.
mhm,
So like that's where my anxiety comes from, but I know that I can do it. I know that I can do it.
mhm,
Everybody has to start somewhere. So I don't
mhm,
really have imposter syndrome like going into interviews and stuff like that because it's like I'm gonna tell you what I need you to know. I'm gonna tell you who I am. Like
mhm,
prime example, my last interview that I just had last week or a week or two ago, I had chat help me like prepare for the interview, but
mhm, mhm,
God works in mysterious ways. I wasn't even the how chat helped me prepare and the questions that chat gave me was not the interview questions that I was given. So I really had to think
mhm,
on my toes, and I was actually in
mhm,
a interview where I had to, be professional, answer the questions
mhm,
to the best of my abilities. And
mhm,
I got
mhm.
the job. God be the glory. Woo! But
Amen.
right. But I had to think on my toes, and I
Mhm,
kept thinking like, Mo, you have done this before. We wasn't on chat
mhm,
GPT when you was applying for
mhm,
jobs when you were 15,
mhm,
16 years old. It wasn't on chat
mhm,
GPT when you went out to the military. It wasn't on chat GPT when you worked at the post office and you had to do 3 interviews, and that was a federal job. You had to actually
mhm,
go in there with what you knew and who you were and show them
mhm,
like, hey,
mhm,
I'm the best fit for this job. So
mhm.
what about you? Do you feel imposter syndrome?
I definitely do feel like I have imposter syndrome, only because I feel like I have to impersonate a being that's not always constant, right? Like
Right.
when you go to an interview, they want that upbeat. They're waiting for that engagement. They're waiting for
Mhm.
that this. They're waiting for that. When you get into the field, it may not be that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The people that you're being interviewed, they're asking you these questions to prepare you for whatever it is you're going on. When I had my interviews, I know within the field that I am working with, I'm dealing with people with disabilities.
Mhm.
So them asking me these type of questions is not going to prepare me for the boots on the ground, for real, because everybody, they may say client A has this, that, and the third, is on the spectrum, has outbursts, has this, has that, right? When I get to client A, it may be 10 times worse than how they watered it down.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I have to impose that I'm so eager to get involved in what you have to offer because you're looking for clientele. You're looking for an employee that's giving this, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready to have shit thrown at me. I'm ready
Mhm.
for, whatever the case may be. When I really may not be ready, or that day I really may not be feeling it. Or, like, but who am I to give off those, or give off that energy, or give off that aspect when I'm really trying to work for you,
Right, right,
Like
right. I
I
mean, it's
can't I can't I can't I can't do that because I'm trying to be gainfully employed,
right,
right?
absolutely. I
So,
need the job. You need the
and then
employee.
also,
I need to be the employee. So,
right, right,
yeah,
right. And then
absolutely.
also, with also the imposter-ness that I have going on, I also feel the overwhelmingness of anxiety when I'm going to these interviews because I really don't know what they're going to ask me. I really
Mhm.
don't know who's on the other end and how they're going to interpret me. I may think that this lighthearted little jokey joke, why did Bambi cross the road, is funny, and you may be offended because we all know at the end of Bambi's mom dies. So you may be thinking because he was trying to get the you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
Like it may be over boundaries that I'm thinking is lighthearted, but it may not be that. I
Right. So it's
overthink
right. It definitely sounds
the
Anxiety.
the interviews, so it makes
Right.
me even more anxious, you know.
Right.
So
But that literally is what anxiety is. Anxiety is it stems from the unknowing, right?
mhm,
Whenever
mhm,
you feel anxiety, it literally is
mhm,
because you do not know. You don't know. You
right.
don't know how this interview is going to go. You don't know what type of questions they're going to ask. You slick might not even know what the damn job you got to do.
What you
As,
applied for.
you slick might not even know that for real. You just know that you need a job. So I
Right,
can
right, right.
understand the anxiety. I have anxiety as well going into interviews and things like that. But like I just said before, this last interview, it definitely woke me up and let me know, like, put a little battery in my back, like, you know what the fuck going on. You been out here, you worked, you've done plenty interviews. You have professionalism, you know how to communicate well, you have these type of skill
Mhm.
sets. Whoop whoop, that resume ain't shit. And I ain't with all that tweaking the resume shit for each job. I'm not with all that. Yeah, because I need the job, but I don't need the motherfucking job. Okay? I don't need that motherfucker. I need it. Want it. Got it. Thanks. Love you for it. But hey, but even
So,
still,
do you feel like a beginner getting back into the workforce?
absolutely. I haven't worked in, oh God, girl, I haven't worked in so many
X amount of
years.
years. I
X
get
amount of
it.
years. I
X
haven't
amount
worked in
of.
X amount of years. So I'm like damn near pre-K in there. Like, what's up, hi? Yes, I feel like a beginner, but again, I have to just remind myself that you have to start somewhere. Everybody had to start somewhere. I'm not gonna have the same anxiety in 6 months. I'm not gonna have the same anxiety in 2 years. Like God,
Right,
keeping me and making sure that I keep the job and that the job is a fit for me. But
right,
while
right, right,
while getting into the work field and starting, it's like, ooh, let me make sure I'm paying attention. Let me make sure I'm locked in because I'm learning something new. This is something, important that I have to do. Like regardless of the job, right? And this is
right,
for anybody, regardless of the
right.
job. If you are a fry cook, I'll go back to that. I'm just using that lower level type shit. Like, and I ain't saying that nothing's wrong with that. Fry cooks get paid good ass money. You get paid good ass money. But guess what? During orientation, when you being taught the job, you might want to pay attention how hot that grease is. You might want to pay attention how hot that motherfucker grease is and how to transfer the fries and make sure that you don't kill everybody in there, burn the motherfucking establishment down. But again, you're a beginner. You ain't never had to work with no hot grease before, but now you got to work with some hot grease. So while
and
working,
and or on the flip side, with getting to the bag, maybe in a fry cook is your second or third job.
mm-hmm,
Because again, you're getting to the bag, and in this economy we need multiple streams of income because it's
absolutely,
becoming necessary. So hey, who's to say that working at McDonald's and then working at Wendy's and then working at Taco Bell's, because that's how you're getting to the bag, works for
mm-hmm,
you? Get that bag.
mm-hmm. And
Don't let
and
anybody
create a
play you on
plan.
how you're getting it. I'm sorry,
Yes.
friend.
No, I was agreeing with you. I'm saying definitely like get to the bag. Like don't let anybody stop you. Absolutely, I'm agreeing.
Absolutely.
Like it shouldn't.
Absolutely.
Don't you giving a fuck too much about somebody who ain't paying nothing. You giving a fuck too much about somebody who's not going to sustain your lifestyle. And even
Exactly.
and also to touch on that point just for a second. Even
Mhm.
if you have someone, and this is for the ladies or whoever, right? Because I can't even say it's for the ladies because shit, the niggas is the babies now. So even if you have even if you have someone that is sustaining your lifestyle and they're paymaster, right? That's what we call it in the South. And they paying all your bills, and they getting your hair done, they getting your nails done, they making sure you going out and you looking fine and you taking these trips. With that comes control. With that comes control. Now, how that person is putting their thumb over you and keeping you down is you have to be the one to realize that and see that. I would never recommend nobody that never had no money of their own. I don't give a fuck if you got to do hair out your kitchen 2 days out the week. You need to have some money of your own that can't nobody touch, that can't nobody take away from you, that can't nobody be like, oh well, I'm doing this for you, so you need to do this for me, or you have to do this, because that is control. You
Absolutely.
lose yourself because now you don't turn into what this person is financially, you know, it's the financial control, the financial
Mhm.
abuse.
Mhm.
They're not
Mhm.
controlling you to the point where they're turning you into some whole shit that you probably never even wanted to be. Who
Yeah.
said I wanted to be on the beach on a thong every Saturday? I don't want to do that. Like, who said I wanted to be Betty Crocker in the kitchen
Mhm.
all the time? Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to do that. Like, I'm
Mhm.
good with
Mhm.
numbers. I want to go into the work. Have supportive people, have a supportive system, have supportive
Mhm.
spouses that, rather you are going to be financially taken care of or not, they still are going to
Mhm.
respect whatever decision you decide, right? Whatever you
Mhm.
decide. If you ain't been back in the work field in 15 years and you wake up one morning and you say, I'm going to go work at McDonald's. You don't want I Go work at McDonald's. That's what you want to do. You don't have to do that,
Mhm.
right? If they're financially taking
Mhm.
care of you and you're safe and this is a safe space, but this is something that you need to do for
Right.
yourself, they should be supportive of it. So that's what I just wanted to touch in on that. Like, financial abuse is real. So
Yeah.
always have your own. Always.
Absolutely.
Don't ever let nobody tell you
Absolutely.
otherwise. Oh, you don't need to sit back and chill. I got you. Well, I look at all this money I'm spending on you. Look how I'm taking care of you. But yeah, I'm getting called to be every 5 minutes. You're cheating. You're coming in late. I don't get to see you. I'm stuck in the house with the kids. 365. I'm the
Mhm.
damn doctor, the maid, the fucking concubine, or what? I'm all
No,
of
not the
this.
type of
All of
girl.
these things. The economy is different. So to stem back on the multiple streams of income, it's in your best interest.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
this is proven. Like, I'll put the stats up. This is proven. You can't even make it right now without at least two streams of income.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm on goddamn number 4, 5, and
Mhm.
I still gotta go out here and go get me a job.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you don't see a lot of successful men or women without multiple streams of income. You
Right.
don't see that.
Right.
You see them with multiple streams of income. Multiple. They getting money
Right.
all which way. Money coming from
Right.
everywhere.
Right.
Even if you are rich and financially stable and got it all together, $12 is crazy. And financially, again, financial literacy, you need to have it as well. I get it. When you're younger, you don't really care about the money, spend that shit, spend it. I'm gonna get it right back. Okay, cool. I still sometimes have that mindset. I spend it, I'm gonna get it right back. But
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
taking a little bit too long for it to come back around here. So let me go get me some
Yeah.
more money in the meantime, between time, because I like to spend money.
Because every time you leave the house, you gotta spend money. It costs to get out, leave your house.
Hmm.
It's been
And you don't
proven.
want to be, and then and then again, people have social anxiety nowadays. I speak for myself. I have really bad social anxiety. I mean, it's to the point where I barely know if I should smile at a motherfucker at the grocery store, if I should just keep my head down, or if I should engage in conversation, or like, it's just really bad because I'm always in the house. I'm so ducked off, put
Mhm.
up in the house, where it's like when I do have to step out and like even outside of like nuanced things like going to the grocery store. When I want to go out with
Mhm.
my friends or my sister, and I'm like, oh, let's go have dinner, let's go do this. I'm like shaking like a leaf on the tree. Am I saying this right? Am I too loud? Am I da da da? Da?
Mhm.
Because I'm not really interacting and with society and my community.
Mhm.
So I think
Mhm.
also as well, having a job gives you that freedom to be able to
Mhm.
meet
Have
different
that
people,
socialism.
have that
Have that social.
socialism.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I think I'm so socially awkward now. I be ready to show people my kids, and it's like, whoa there, you don't know this motherfucker a creep. Hold on, let's
I
reel
got
it back.
I got 2 kids. I got a
Right,
dog. I
I'm about to tell you
got
my life story. So the first
right.
had him, and then the second one when I had him, and just nevertheless, let's move it along. Would you rather struggle for freedom or temporarily sacrifice some freedom to build stability?
You know what I'm saying.
The latter, okay? The
Mm.
latter of the two, because it has to make sense. And because wasting time on you mother suckers is not making no dollars, we got to go make the sense. You feel me?
Yeah, so temporarily sacrifice the freedom to build the stability.
Exactly.
Temporarily sacrifice the freedom to build the stability. Now, don't temporarily sacrifice the freedom and your ass locked up, okay? Because that's not building the stability, okay? That's not building the stability. You got to sacrifice the freedom, i.e., work the 9 to 5, work the 40 hours a week, work the 45 hours a week. Sometimes you ain't gonna be able to make it to all the basketball games. Sometimes your kids ain't gonna be able to participate in all the sports. Sometimes you ain't gonna be able to get the crab legs and the lobster and the shrimp. You gotta go and do the spaghetti. Or you gotta go do the tacos. You ain't gonna be able to sacrifice the freedom to build the stability because it
Mhm.
actually works. This is coming
Mhm.
from two women who did it. It
Mhm.
works. It
Mhm.
works.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
want to struggle for the freedom? You want to keep struggling for it every day, and you waking up and nothing's changing and everything is still the
Mhm.
same and nothing's happening, but you also are only working 20 hours a week. You are
Mhm.
also working 20 hours a week. You are also only doing gig jobs. You are also only,
Mhm.
like you're not really making a real sacrifice. You're still leaning towards what you believe you want to do. You're still doing what
Mhm.
you want to do.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sometimes you can't do what you want to do. Sometimes you got to go
And
clock
Mo,
in.
right. And Mo has said something offline that I just want to put out there for you guys. For us, we sacrifice our time for a period of time to be able to not have to work for a set amount of years, right? Now that everything is going up, we now have a working base to piggyback off of, right? So we have now put this, gave pretty much ourselves a stepping stool to step up
Mm-hmm.
and get ourselves into the workforce and just look over the fence
Mm-hmm.
and see where we want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
See what works for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all the while we're working and while we're trying to be productive for our family, and they're the reason and the motivation as to why we're doing what we're doing, right? To build the stability,
Mm-hmm.
it is kind of affecting the home life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for you, friend, how has the work affected your family time?
Well, as of right now, it hasn't because, again, like I said, I haven't worked in a lot of years. So I've been able to dedicate a large amount of
Mm-hmm.
time. I've been able to dedicate a large amount of time to building creating a family, dedicating my time to my family, all God be the glory, all in while, still climbing up the ladder, bought a house, got a
Mm-hmm.
new car, and all
Mm-hmm.
these things, right? God be the
Mm-hmm.
glory. And
Amen.
it hasn't really affected me. But now that I am going into the workforce, I suspect, I expect it to affect the family. I
Right.
expect it to
Right.
affect the family time. And this is a conversation that I'm having with my girls often within like these last couple of weeks and going forward. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
continue to have this conversation.
Right.
Things are
Right.
going
Right.
to look a lot different. Things are going to
Right.
be a lot. I can't come pick you up in the middle of the day no more. I can't come bring you McDonald's and at lunch. I can't come sit with you at lunch. I got to go to work. I have to go to work. I have to be clocked in. I have a job.
Mm-hmm.
I have a job and I got
Mm-hmm.
to go get this money. Y'all are getting
Mm-hmm.
older. I like nice
Mm-hmm.
things. Y'all like nice things. I want to keep a roof over our head. I want to make sure that I can
Mm-hmm.
afford food. I don't get no assistance. So all of
Mm-hmm.
these things matter. So I'm willing to, for me, because
Mm-hmm.
I sat down for so long and dedicated this time to my family, I am
Mm-hmm.
definitely willing to sacrifice the time. I'm
Absolutely.
absolutely willing to sacrifice it. Don't
Absolutely.
I you know I holler at y'all when I holler at y'all. See when you
Right.
see.
Right.
Straight like that. I know that shit might sound harsh, and I know it may kind of sound like I don't care about my family, but I'm doing this for my family. And
Absolutely.
it just always replays in my mind like you just sat down with them for the last umpteen years and did
Yeah.
everything up under the sun. And you're still going to
Right.
continue to do things. You're not just going to
Right.
neglect your responsibilities as a mother. Never going to do that.
Absolutely.
But I'm
Absolutely.
definitely going to sacrifice my time now, and I'm the time with my family to go get this money. I'm going to run this bag up
Right.
real fast. We really going to be out
Yeah.
here on some whole nother next level shit. But
Yeah.
right now, I got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, Frank? Like,
That's
how has it
exactly.
affected you?
Well, back when I was working, it affected me because, well, I wouldn't say it affected me too much unless I took on shifts, right? Because the shift that I was hired to do was late in the evenings to where my children were already asleep. And I think that's where the balance comes in with the affectingness, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'm in my head, right? Because it's not true. But I
Right,
get
right.
mom guilt. I get mom guilt when I'm not able to be actively present, or
Mm-hmm.
if I'm missing an event because I'm doing this, or I took on a
Right.
shift, or this, that, and the third, right? Not explaining to my children, but not really, they're not children, really explaining to my oldest what's the motive, but not really trying to get into deep, right? Because children don't really understand, right? They just
I
know
don't
that if you're
know.
there, you're there. If you're not, you're
I
not,
don't know. I think
right?
repetitive, for me, I think having a repetitive conversation eventually will click. Like, eventually he'll know, like,
Right. Absolutely. So I think now he's starting to understand, but at the same time, I think me and my husband have gotten it to where like he works days, I work evenings, to where I'm
mm-hmm.
not really missing out on too much. Like,
Right.
again, because of the mom guilt.
Mm-hmm.
So if the sacrifice for me would be sleep, so if I'm sacrificing sleep, hey, it is what it is. I'll sleep when I die. But
Mm,
girl, again, the military trained us, so I
right.
think I can get back into the mindset of sleeping with my eyes open.
Okay. Okay. I don't recommend that because sleep deprivation is real. So I wouldn't
No,
recommend that.
friend, yeah. So
I
I
definitely
definitely will get some
and
sleep.
I also think, and also just, just us having our one-on-one conversations. I also believe that you do speak about a lot about like your sacrifice and the time that you're going to sacrifice is the time that you have to sleep, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to be no good to anyone if you have a burnout because you
Right,
are sleep deprived.
right,
Like,
right.
this season in our life and in anyone else's life who's going through this change right now as
This
well.
shift,
This
right.
is a shift. This is, you do this shit for a reason. Have a plan. Have a plan. I told my sister this all the time. Like, I'm like, look,
Mm-hmm.
if you need the break, take the break. Take the
Right.
FMLA. Take it. The job offers it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't work
Mm-hmm.
yourself to death if your job offers it, obviously. But don't work yourself to death because you're trying to always have a perfect attendance, or you get, and not even just at the job, but in the household as well. You get off the clock and then you clock back in as a mom, or you never clocked out as a mom because you work from home, or you get home from the job and now you got to go right into a cooking dinner, making sure homework is done,
Mm-hmm.
making sure,
Mm-hmm.
like, those things are gonna have to be done, but you also have to take the time out for yourself. Some time for
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Sometimes have some slow mornings, some slow
Mm-hmm.
evenings. You know what? I'm not gonna fuss with you about the McDonald's. We're gonna have some McDonald's tonight, or we gonna
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like, I can't cook. I don't feel like cooking. I'm tired. I need to
Right,
get me some
right.
rest. Like you were saying about the rest and getting it and having the mom guilt about having to go back to work. They're gonna appreciate all of these things when the time's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come right back around when we don't have to work as hard anymore. They're gonna appreciate it because
Right.
we done set this up. We done set it up. You see, you weren't here. You weren't here the first go around. You weren't here on the first half when we sacrificed. You weren't here the first half when we
Right.
sacrificed the sleep, when we sacrificed the time, when we sacrificed being with our
Mm-hmm.
families and all of this different shit. You weren't here that time during that first half. But now we're going into the second half. And now we got some new
Yeah.
players on the team who got to get
Yeah.
accustomed to what the fuck about to go down. You got to get, you're going to get used to this.
Right.
Just like I'm going to have to get used to this. And it's all going to work out for the best. I'm about to be working a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to get 2 days off a week. Within them 2 days, I'm probably going to dedicate one of them days to sleep, more than likely.
Yeah.
But that other day that
Yeah.
I'm going to get, I'm going to dedicate it to my girls. And we're going to do something nice. We're going to go spend it.
Yeah.
We're going to go do something for us. I'm going to make sure that they know,
Mm-hmm.
like, I ain't doing this for no reason. Like, this is what I'm doing it for.
Right.
I'm
Right.
doing it for y'all. I'm doing it for us. Y'all make sure you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Not just see, oh, mommy's going to work, and then you don't see nothing else coming from it. Like, I'm just going to work. No. We did it, baby, because I could still be sitting at home for real. Like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we could just be in this bitch, looking at each other, not doing nothing every day. Cause I
Mm-hmm.
ain't got no extra funds to do nothing. So,
Would that would you consider that your healthy work life balance?
what are you talking about?
With you, running up a bag, and then if you have 2 days off, one
Oh
day
yeah.
sleeping, one
Well,
day.
yeah. I would consider that for right now. I mean, that's the plan. Now, I don't know how well
Right.
that's going to work out, but that's the plan. That's how I am going to try to obtain a healthy work life balance. I'm going to try to, on these off days and this time off that I may have, I'm going to try to dedicate
Yeah,
it to my household and dedicate it to
absolutely.
my girls and dedicate it to myself and dedicate it
Yeah,
to myself as well. Absolutely,
absolutely.
me.
Absolutely. As you should. As you should.
I need to.
As you should. Because you're the one working for the bag.
Right.
who's
When I'm and
who's
I'm one
rewarding you?
who's
Who's
rewarding
patting you
me,
on the back?
who's patting me on the back. I got to make this shit make sense all around, like in full circle, and it is, and it will. So I definitely, I agree. I don't think that people should feel guilty for working toward financial goals. I don't believe
Absolutely.
that. Like, I don't believe that you should feel guilty in any aspect. Like, I know if you got, and this is for the fathers and the mothers, but really for the mothers, the mamas out there. If
Mhm.
you just had a
Mhm.
baby and your 6 weeks is up and you got to go back to work and you don't want to put your baby in daycare or whatever, or you don't want anybody watching your baby because your baby brand new, but you ain't got no financial support.
Mhm.
Don't let your rent go unpaid. Don't get kicked out and you ain't got no roof all because you want to see the baby roll over 2 times. All because you want to see the
Mhm.
baby. No, but send that baby down there to that damn daycare. Obviously
Mhm.
a good one,
A
right?
good one. Right. Right.
It's
Right.
2026. They got cameras all over the place now. Cameras inside the daycare, cameras outside the daycare, cameras in the classroom.
Mhm.
Find you something that you
Mhm.
can do, or if you got a family member that you could, that you trust that can do it for you. But don't feel guilty that you got to go back to work. Don't feel
Mhm.
guilty that you are working towards your financial goals because it's all going to make sense in the end
Mhm.
in our generation, in this generation,
Mhm.
where you can literally find a job for you that will work with what you trying to do.
Mhm.
You don't
Mhm.
have to just accept anything. I'm not saying just accept anything, right? Especially if you have small children. Like how you say how you and your husband worked it out. He works days, you work
Mhm.
nights. Nobody got
Mhm.
to put no baby in no daycare. Ain't
Mhm.
nobody got to pay for no daycare. They still get to see
Mhm.
both their parents. They still get to be loved on by both their parents. They still get
Mhm.
to see both their parents together. They still get to
Mhm.
have the same. Their routine won't change for real. It's just
Mhm.
yours will change, and that's
Mhm.
okay. It's okay. Like you ain't got to feel guilty about going back to work. I got to go get this
Mhm.
money. I ain't.
Mhm.
I look when folks get the woe being me. Oh, I don't want to take my baby to daycare, or I don't want to do this, or it's a whole lot of I don't want, and I ain't got no money
Mhm.
for me. Don't let the having kids be the be all tell all.
Mhm.
Don't let the kids stop you.
Mhm.
The kids is an accessory to the bigger picture. Okay,
Mhm.
to me, it's just my personal opinion. They're an accessory.
Mhm.
Look how shiny it is. look, look, I added some new charms on it too.
Okay.
I'm just saying. The bigger picture though. The bag. The bag.
Because that's always the motive. Money is the motive. So, listeners, I want to know your thoughts. If you had a choice between a stable 9 to 5, paying your bills, and chasing a dream that wasn't making money yet, which would you choose and why?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
Let us know in the
Tell us
comments.
what
We want
you
to
would
know.
do.
What you gonna do? You gonna take
What
the
would
nine to
you
five
do?
that's paying the bills, or you gonna go chase the dreams that's not paying you nothing right now?
That reminds me of that movie with Taraji P. Henson. Are you gonna stick beside him
Mm-hmm.
through all these years?
And see how that worked out for her.
Nevertheless. That's immediately what I thought about. Or are you gonna go get the bag yourself? Go get the bag, please, because the bag is not gonna stumble upon you. Now, if you slip and fall, that's the only way I can see y'all getting a bag.
Right. You slip and fall,
Quick,
you
fast,
come
and
over
in a
off school or
hurry.
some shit, or you
You
want to
feel
hit the
me?
lottery. But even still, like, the money
Money
go.
management.
Money
Money
management,
management.
financial literacy, like money go. Like the hell, if I hit the lottery today, I'm still gonna go to work tomorrow. I'm still gonna go to work.
Cause
Now,
I'm
hey,
gonna act like ain't nothing happened.
I don't
Now
know.
I'm going to make sure my house is paid off.
Okay,
I'm going to
bam.
make sure the next house that I move into is going
Right,
to
I'm
be
gonna
paid
invest
off.
in it to make some more money. I'm gonna I'm gonna make an investment. Like, if you have the opportunity to invest, do that. Do your research. You know what I'm saying? Property investments. You can invest in stock. You can invest in all types of shit nowadays. What? Yes, absolutely. You got two cars? Put one of your cars on Turo, or one of these rental car things, or whatever. Let's try to get some money. Like, let's do it. If you're gonna, even if, and I know I had said something earlier about gig jobs, right? I'm not hating on no gig job, because I work a gig job as well. Okay, let me just keep it real with you. And the gig job has helped me in my lowest times, when I didn't have nothing but 60 cents in my account, but I went out there and I bust that roll down, and I came back with 150. I came back with $60, and I could put some meat or some groceries in my refrigerator, some gas in my car to go bust the road down the next day. Okay, now I got some money for my lights. Now I got some money, and I want to bust the road down the next day. And I did that, and I'm gonna do it. It's never off the table. Again, another stream of income. It's never off the table. But that's just not stable enough for me. But if you are working gig jobs, you have to treat it like a full-time job. You have to treat it like a full-time job. You can't decide like, hey, I'm going to go to work today for 3 hours. You only working 3 hours a day for 7 days. You're not making. You've been them bad. You don't put 100,000 miles on that goddamn car, and then you've been better off going to go clock in somewhere. You've been better off going to go clock in somewhere. You would have been made more, and you would have saved on gas, and you would have saved on mileage on your car, wear and tear on your vehicle. You would have made more. So if you're not going to go and make that damn gig job make sense, do the gig job just get you to point A to point B. Don't try to do the gig job, do point A, point B, C, D, E, F, so on and so forth. If you understand what I'm saying, if you catch my drift. Sometimes growth isn't okay. If you catch it, if you don't, I don't tell you. I'm not going to elaborate. But sometimes growth isn't refusing to go back, right? Sometimes growth is being humble enough to do what needs to be done while keeping your eyes on where you're trying to go. My mama always said,
because if you're not thinking big, bitch, you're thinking small.
My mama always said, have a plan. Have a short-term goal, have a long-term goal. Have a 5-month plan, have a 5-year plan, have a 10-year plan. That works as well. Start creating a system for yourself so you can see your life in real time and how it's actually changing. If you don't have a system for yourself and you're just out willy-nilly, and now you out here just waking up and you still got 60 cents every time you wake up, it's not gonna work out for you. And in 5 years, you're still gonna have 60 cents. Maybe 62.
Because it damn sure won't accumulate interest.
It's not.
Nevertheless. Nevertheless, we hope we motivated you guys to get back into the workforce, clock into that 9 to 5. But in the meantime, between time, make sure y'all tune in to Today I Got Time. Amen.
Yeah.
Until next time, listeners, we'll see you on the flip side. Bye.
Bye.